Okay, so something pretty powerful just shook a huge part of Australia's most populous state. And no, it wasn't what you're probably thinking. We are talking about a record-breaking earthquake that hit near the town of Orange in New South Wales.
So what exactly went down? Let me tell you, this was way more than just a little rumble. This was a pretty serious event that was felt across hundreds of kilometers, and it's definitely got everyone talking.
Just try to wrap your head around this for a second. The tremors were felt over 400 kilometers away. We're getting reports from Bateman's Bay, right on the coast, all the way to Sydney and even Canberra. That is a massive area for a quake in this part of the world.
All right, let's zoom in. So where did all this shaking actually come from? Well, the epicenter was pinpointed about 35 kilometers south of Orange, out in the central west. And that, right there, is where things got really intense. The quake registered a 4.5 magnitude. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 4.5, is that really huge? Well, on a global scale, maybe not. But for this part of Australia, yeah, that is a seriously big number. In fact, this wasn't just any strong quake. Oh no, this thing was a record breaker. It officially beat the old record of 4.3 set back in 2017, making it the largest earthquake ever recorded in this specific region.
For the people who were right there, near the epicenter, this must have been absolutely terrifying. Can you imagine your entire house just shaking for more than 30 seconds straight? That's what residents were reporting. Just wow.
Now, this is where the story takes a really interesting twist. You see, the quake happened super close to the Cadia gold mine, which is a major landmark in the area. And for the folks who work there, this must have felt like a serious case of déjà vu.
See, to really get why everyone's so concerned, you gotta look back at what happened in 2017. That last record-breaking quake was so strong it actually forced the Cadia gold mine to shut down production for months and evacuate all its crews. So with this new, even stronger quake striking right next door, you can imagine the alarm bells that started ringing.
And just so we're all on the same page about why this is such a huge deal, Cadia isn't just some local operation. We are talking about one of the largest gold mines on the entire planet. Any disruption there has some pretty significant consequences.
So what do you get when you have two record-breaking quakes right next to a gigantic mine in just a few years? Well, it's no surprise that people are starting to ask some pretty tough questions.
So what's the deal here? Was this just Mother Nature doing her thing? A totally natural geological event? Or could the intense human activity in the area actually be playing a role? This is the debate that's right at the heart of this story. You know, there's actually a scientific term for this. It's called induced seismicity. It's basically a fancy way of saying tremors or even earthquakes that are potentially kicked off by human stuff. And yeah, large-scale mining is a known potential cause. But, and this is a really big but, it's not that simple. Not at all. According to the experts, the seismologists over at Geoscience Australia actually proving a direct link, saying this mine caused this specific earthquake, is incredibly difficult to do. So while it's a possibility, it is far from a proven fact.
Okay, so to really get a handle on what's going on, we kind of need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Is all this recent activity a total surprise, or is there a pattern starting to emerge here?
All right, so since we started keeping records back in 1960, there have been 22 earthquakes recorded in this region. So, you know, the ground shaking here isn't exactly brand new. But the ones we've seen recently, they're on a whole different level.
I mean, just look at this. For over 50 years, this region really only saw these tiny minor tremors, barely noticeable. Then, bam, 2017 hits, and we get a significant 4.3 magnitude quake. And now, an even stronger 4.5. You can literally see the escalation happening right before your eyes.
So, where does that leave us? What does this all mean? Is this just some crazy fluke, or is this the new normal for the region? Is the ground under New South Wales waking up? And if it is, what's causing it? That's the big question that has everyone, understandably, a little shaken.